Arts. My name is Hyla Crane, and I'm the Executive Director, and I'm so happy that you could be with us here today. I know that we've been on a bit of a hiatus for most of this month, but we are very excited to be back doing our Art Center Live, and we have some wonderful people that we will be talking with over the next couple of weeks. So please remember to tune in on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4, or if you miss us, you can always go to our YouTube page. Now, our special guest today is going to be on Marco Island in, well, just a week. Right now with me is Jack Brandfield, who is a jazz saxophonist, and he is going to be coming and doing his show here with his trio at the Marco Island Center for the Arts on May 6th. Tickets are available on our website, www.marcoislandart.org, or of course you can always give us a call, 239-394-4221. Hi Jack, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Well, we are very excited. You are going to wrap up our musical interlude series for the 2020-2021 season. So we are so waiting for you to come. Tell us a little bit about what our audience can expect from your jazz trio.
Yeah, so on the 6th, we're going to be doing it's actually my first album release show.
Wow.
Which I'm really excited about. So I just released my first album on April 2nd. It released, and it's an album that I recorded with two of my mentors, two of the greatest musicians living today, and their names are Rodney Whitaker and Randy Napoleon. And so back in the summer, on July 31st, actually, I'll never forget that date, we recorded it, and I'm really happy about it. And so starting on May 6th with you guys, I'm launching my album tour, and my trio consists of, just like the album, saxophone, bass, and guitar, and we play all kinds of traditional swing music. My roots really come from the American Songbook and a lot of the amazing saxophone players who were interpreters of the American Songbook, like Stan Getz and Lester Young and Coleman Hawkins. So a lot of those are the guys that have influenced me, and that's the music that we play. So we're going to do a lot of stuff like that, and a lot of music from the record and some new stuff as well. So I'm really excited.
That is wonderful. So it's both songs that people may know, but perhaps some original music as well too.
Yeah, a little bit of both. I like doing a good mix of those two things, essentially. The Way You Look Tonight, Pennies from Heaven, Cheek to Cheek, all of those, and some other sort of American Songbook tunes that are a little more unknown, a little more deeper cuts. Some people know them, but then we also do original songs, and the band's been writing a lot of new music recently, so we're excited to play it.
That is wonderful. Yes, but part of why we tend to do a fair amount of jazz music here that we present at Marco Island Center for the Arts, and one of the things I love best is that you can take songs that you think you know, and yet when you hand it over to a jazz musician, that interpretation is uniquely their own.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I think that's what makes it exciting.
Oh yeah, and that's why I love playing jazz. I think about these songs as almost like it's almost a canvas, and when it's like a canvas, and when you're with a band that you really love to play with, and guys that you really care about and friends with, you're playing a song together, and then you just start communicating, and then it's fun, and then you're figuring out how do we make music over this song that we all like, and bring our own melodies and bring our own feel and our own groove and our own rhythm and musicality onto a song that we all love, and then it becomes fun. And then when you project out that energy, hopefully, and it usually happens, the audience receives it and projects it back to you.
Wow. Now, just so that our people who are watching know, the name of your album is?
So it is I'll Never Be the Same. Which is it's from the title track. It's a great song by Sigmund Romberg, an American Songbook standard. And I chose to name it that because so I made the record with Rodney Whitaker and Randy Napoleon, and they were two of the professors at Michigan State University where I did my undergrad. And Rodney Whitaker runs the program, and Randy Napoleon is the guitar professor. And I spent 4 great years at Michigan State University. You can stream it on Apple Music, Spotify, or you can buy a CD from my website, which is jackbrandfield.com.
Excellent. I assume that you will be selling a few CDs when you come to play for us. Okay.
Absolutely.
I was about to say, I have a whole collection of all of our artists that I bought their CDs, and everybody signed them for me. So I actually have them all lined up in my office because they're very special, and I remember every one of our musical performers who come. So, Jack, let's talk a little bit about you. You obviously have just spent the last 4 years in Michigan, and we have a lot of Michiganders who are here. But is that where you grew up? I mean, where were you from originally?
No, so I'm originally from New York City. I grew up in Manhattan, and I had I was fortunate to go to LaGuardia High School for the Arts. Some people know it as like the Fame School. Right. So I went there. I started playing saxophone when I was in middle school, and I sort of just picked it up because I was in band class and it was fun. And then I auditioned to go to LaGuardia because I just sort of thought it'd be cool to play a lot of music during school. Like, I was a 13-year-old, and that sounded like fun. And I did it. I got in. I went to LaGuardia, and I remember freshman year, I was walking in the hallways, and I was next to the jazz band room, and I heard the big band playing I think it was a Count Basie chart. It was probably like a Count Basie chart, and they were swinging, and I was just like, "Whoa, what is this? I have to figure out what this music is and how I can be a part of it." And every day, I just started going to the jazz band room and listening, and then I auditioned for the jazz band. I got into the jazz band, and I started, I built a really close relationship with the band director there named Kevin Blanc. And for the next essentially 3 years, he taught me everything he knew about jazz. And a lot of what he taught me is, again, the reason why I'm playing this music. And so I learned jazz I learned about jazz, and, I got into jazz as a high schooler in New York City, which really I was so fortunate to do because I'm in the mecca of jazz, and I was surrounded by so many great jazz musicians. And when I got a little older, when I was like 16, 17, and my parents started letting me go out on Fridays and Saturday nights, I would start to go to like the jazz clubs. I would go to Smalls and Fat Cat and Mesro and a lot in Birdland. And sometimes, I would start to meet the musicians, and a couple times here and there, they would let me sit in and play, or I would go to the jam sessions. And it was just, it was just so much fun. And I was able to absorb so much music and so much culture and meet so many different people, which is what jazz is about. And so it was an amazing way to grow up, an amazing way to learn jazz.
That's phenomenal. Now, why the saxophone? I mean, there are lots of instruments out there. I mean, I love it, but I'm just curious. You're in middle school. I'm assuming you get your choice of saxophone, clarinet, or xylophone. Why the saxophone?
I just sort of thought it was cool. I mean, that sounds silly, but I remember being on the school bus going to school, and it was like the day we were going to pick, and I was with my friend, and we had the decision between saxophone or trumpet. So we were sort of arguing which one was cooler, which one would be more cool if we would play. And he thought trumpet, and I thought saxophone. So essentially, that moment was why I picked saxophone, and I stuck with it. I mean, like you said, there's so many great instruments, and they're all just, a different tool to express yourself musically. And I feel like I would end up playing any instrument, no matter what, but it happened to be the saxophone, and now I love the saxophone, and I'm happy that I'm grateful for that.
Well, it clearly was a good choice because you have tremendous talent, and we feel very privileged that you're going to come and share it with us. I know you've talked about a lot of people, really, teachers who have been important, and people, you've had an opportunity to play with some real jazz greats, but who or what would you say has been the greatest influence for you as a performer?
So I would really say that I would say two people or two what's. The first one being my time in high school at LaGuardia, LaGuardia Performing Arts High School with Kevin Blanc, and he really imparted on me sort of the traditions of jazz and listening to this music from its roots and sort of working up chronologically and seeing how it all affected, each part of the lineage of the instrument and the music. And then when I went to Michigan State, Rodney Whitaker, the bass professor, and Randy Napoleon, who are the guys on my record, which I'm so grateful for. They really changed my life and taught me so much about this music, from the technicalities of how to play chord changes and rhythm and how to play different grooves, to the sort of more abstract, just sort of appreciation of jazz and how to take in this music and how to give it forward to the audience, to people younger than you, and to your peers and to everyone, really. So that's what I would say.
That's amazing. So you've gone from New York to Michigan, and where are you now? I forgot to ask.
So now I'm in Miami. I graduated in May of 2020, and I decided to do my master's degree. So now I'm at the Frost School of Music, getting my master's degree, and actually today was my last day of classes. So I have finals next week. I think my last finals the day before I come to play with you guys. So I finish up my finals, and then I'm one year in my master's here in Miami.
Well, congratulations. In a year this, that is quite an accomplishment for anybody getting through a school. And, maybe we'll have to have a little bubbly for you when you get here to celebrate completing your first year.
Great.
Jack, thank you so much. As I said, we are so looking forward. Normally, we have a great saxophone player who comes and visits us with his brother. Peter and Will Anderson Trio has been with us for many years, and they are amazing. And unfortunately, due to circumstances this year, they had to cancel. We miss them terribly, but we have them on our calendar for next year, so don't worry. I know I have a lot of Peter and Will Anderson Trio fans out there, but I was so excited when you contacted me, Jack, that we were bringing another jazz saxophonist, another great musician here for all of my friends, where Musical Interludes is why you are part of the Art Center family. So thank you. To all of my friends out there, remember this concert is May 6th, 5:30 to 7. Tickets are on sale both on our website, www.marcoislandart.org, or just give us a call, 239-394-4221. The concert is taking place outside. We socially distance the chairs. You can move them together to sit near your bubble, but move them away from anybody you don't want to sit with. We are still taking precautions because your health, well-being, and safety are of paramount importance to us here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts. I want to make one more little announcement. We have been busy here, but we are now, of course, getting ready for the summer, planning for next year. And I'm excited to announce that we have our children's summer workshops are available for people to register for. It's on our website. We have a really great assortment of visual arts classes, and we're also going to be doing a couple of programs that involve both visual, performing, and literary arts all mixed up together. And for my friends out there, all of our children's summer art programs are free. There is no charge. We have limited enrollment, and we accept people on the first to receive your application registration form. But after the year we've had, we believe that the arts are so important to the children out there, the children of our island and the surrounding area, that for anybody who wants to do it, we know that art enriches, but it also heals. And we want every child to be able to come to participate, and cost will not be a barrier. We want to be accessible to everybody here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts. So check us out. Go to the website. Jack, thank you again. We can't wait for you to get down here with your trio, and we look forward to seeing you then. To my friends out there, it's going to be a fun night. Oh, it's going to be awesome. So everybody out there, come on, give us a call. Get those tickets now. Everybody out there, we've got some great introductions to some new people coming up over the next couple of weeks. We're still going to be busy. And, of course, whether you're here in Marco, whether you've gone back to Wisconsin or Ohio or Maine, once you've come and you've been part of what goes on here at the Marco Island Center for the Arts, you become a part of our art family. And we're what? What do we strive to be every day? Your art home. Bye, everybody.